Careful if you cross the river to the east. Old Hajvar Iron Hand and his brigands are holed up in that cave. White River Watch.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good night.
Yes, I'm sure.
Damn those Grey Mains to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them.
What is it? Dragons?
Yes? If you ever need another blade at your side,
Out of all the
ask.
Daedric princes, Sanguine is the only one I would actually consider worshipping. He really understands how to have a good time and knows the importance of alcohol. I quite like Sheogorath too. Was there something you wanted? I'm always ready for a chat. Words can't describe how I feel right now. Let's not hang around then.
I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget how much I miss the company of the living. With the blessing of with this terrible war, I'm a bit overwhelmed, as are the catacombs. Oh, thank Arkay! Please, take this gold for your troubles. It was a pleasure.
How can I help you? Yes? I study corpses. I am, after all, a priestess of Kynareth. On the contrary, I'm doing independent research on the nature of death. If we can better understand how an injury or illness kills, we'll be more adept at applying a remedy. Although, given the state of the temple, I can see why you'd mistake a healer for an undertaker. I do find humor deflects the more unsavory aspects of handling bodies. For instance, in Eastmarch, there's a priestess of Arkay named Helgerd. She was a lot funnier than me. Smarter too. She could pinpoint the cause of death by studying the corpse's exterior. She could determine the time by markers of decay. Two reasons, really. The Temple of Kynareth, and the ample supply of bodies. It allows me to conduct my research while still upholding my duties as a priestess. Of course, the corpses here aren't the only specimens worth study. There's also the men. Currently, I'm deducing the nature of poison. It seems that regardless of the substance, the body has a threshold which cannot be surpassed. This can vary depending on the substance. For instance, the toxicity of nightshade is far higher than that of jazzbay grapes. A jazzbay grape, on the other hand, can leave you susceptible to destruction magic. All things, when consumed in enough quantity, can kill. It is. There's a story, in fact, of a man who drank from a fountain that was rumored to restore youth. An elderly man, he consumed water from dawn until dusk, until his stomach bloated like a gourd. The sun hadn't set when the man collapsed and died. It turns out he succumbed to water poisoning. For him, water was the source of all death. Similarly, as poison is in the dose, mortality is bound to time. A simple cut, if allowed to fester, can be fatal. While some areas are more tolerant than others, preventing death is simply a matter of restoring a wound within that set window. That's why efficiency is crucial in the field. Many deaths happen because there's simply not enough time to find a healer. True, both healing spells and potions restore the body as a whole, but most of this energy seems wasted in the process. There's 3 types of research. The first is done purely for knowledge. The college mages fall into this category. The second is driven by agenda, the most common of which are money and war. Mostly money, but war's a close second. The third is altruistic, or more specifically, in service to the gods. My research follows no banner. It serves the will of the gods and the protection of all those who worship them. If my research is used for war, then I'm not to blame, even if I'm partly responsible. I trust that people are inherently good, because if mortals are corrupt, then it makes little difference what one person does. I never implied my work was solely on the dead. I used to experiment on small animals. I'd make cuts in multiple locations and attempt to heal only one of the incisions. If the spell succeeded, I would compare the result to a traditional healing spell, as well as the amount of magicka required to cast it. But this presented a new dilemma. Trapping wild animals isn't as easy as opening a coffin. There's also the matter of the screaming. Animals can be quite obnoxious when cut or burned. It's as if they don't understand the concept of research. I didn't take pleasure from the experiments, nor do I take any joy from hurting myself, but I feel I'm too close to stop now. Twice, but only to heal myself afterwards. The problem is that so far, only one spell has been required to mend both wounds. By concentrating its effects at a specific area rather than the body as a whole. For a master of restoration, sure, the point is moot. Even a grand healing spell is but a portion of their magicka reserve. But for a novice mage or spell sword, the amount saved on magicka potions alone could be substantial. I have no doubt it would, but I don't like support, and Skyrim has no shortage of test subjects. Plenty. You just have to ask the right questions. Sorry, that's an old Necromancer joke. I couldn't resist. Basically, I need test subjects for my restoration research. The dead tell me how certain ailments work. Unfortunately, unlike exterior damage, it's difficult to pinpoint injuries and disease that happen within. You have to dissect the body and look for patterns. Then you compare the results with healthy bodies that died from more obvious wounds. I've always had a soft spot for sailors and travelers, for whom Kinnereth is the matron. They would often visit the temples and pay homage and tend to their wounds. I marveled at these strange visitors from faraway lands, and the priestess whose touch could bind cuts, soften bruises, and solder bones. But what intrigued me most of all was the concept of pain. It was pain that brought these men to the temple first, and the tavern second. The smart ones anyway. The others came too when the ale failed to cure them. Not one of my best. In any case, the point is this. Injury did not eventuate healing. Pain did. Without it, there's nothing to alert us of danger. And sometimes it acts in neither's best interests. But what fun would that be if it didn't? A bard was attacked on the road simultaneously by an angry bear and a hive of bees. It seems they knew all about him and his honeyed words. An archer in the bannered mare mocked Uthgard's figure. She proceeded to pummel him to death. Sense was not an arrow he had in his quiver. All right then.
Dragonborn, it is my honor to stand before you.
Yes? Did you want some? Okay, but don't push your luck. What is it? Okay, I guess I'll wait a while. But I'm not waiting forever. I'm all ears. Well... literally, of course.
come to a love for reading, did you? Sorry, pup, but I'm not quite in the mood.
Sometimes I miss the soldier's life, but when I hold my daughter in my arms, I know I made the right choice. No, I'm not. Looks like we've got something in common then. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since. My Sapphire doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room. I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby, but I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun Guards or maybe hire the Companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you. If you find that sword, please bring it to me.
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman?
A few seconds for my supper is all I ask. Spare a coin for a poor old beggar? You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Are you working with the Battleborns? Speak now before I put you in the ground. No? So you don't know anything about my brother? Then what are you doing here? Because they've got Thorald locked away somewhere, and if they find me here, I'll disappear too. I am not gonna let that happen. I can't do this all on my own. Are you offering to help me? I know that Thorald's not dead. I just know it. The Imperials have him and are keeping him somewhere, but I don't know where. Those damned Battleborns, they know something. They're hiding it. They practically taunt us with it. They must have some sort of proof. There's gotta be something in that house of theirs. I just know it. I don't dare leave the house myself, so I need your help. You're not supposed to be in here. You're not supposed to be here. Last warning, leave now.
boys will keep you safe. Don't you worry.
Good to see you. It's always good to see someone I can count on. Take a look. Good luck out there. How's it going? What can I do for you? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Let me guess. You want to talk? What is it? Do I have a choice? Well, okay, but you owe me. I knew you couldn't stay away from me. Let me guess. You want to talk? What is it? Yes? Did you want something? Yes? Did you want something?
My boys will keep you safe. Don't you worry.
Do you have something to say? I'm all ears. Well, not literally, of course. Sure. What's on your mind? Bored. Can't we do something a little more exciting? Like insulting a Jarl or punching a sleeping dragon? Actually, that's probably going a bit too far, even for me. Are you sure you want to trust me with that? All right then.
They say there's nothing a Nord woman can't do if she puts her mind to it.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
I'm all ears. Why would you ever not need me? I'm here if you ever need. Yes? Did you want something? Time to move, I guess.
That's right.
Mop the town.
Gotta keep my eyes open.
But I've got a
Damn
right
dragons
now,
could
don't
swoop
I?
down at any time.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed.
Don't mean to be rude, but I'm too busy to talk.
Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Do come back.
Was there something you wanted? Yes. Did you want something? Well, okay. But you better come and see me again. Let me guess. You want to talk? Yes. Did you want something? Yes, I'm listening. If you say so. Okay, let's go pick some flowers. Just kidding. I want to go and kill something.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.